let's just get straight into it. If you guys want to see how I did this look, then please keep on watching.
Alright guys, so we're going to start off by using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Natural Beige, and I'm using a flat brush to just pat that on. I've been really loving this concealer lately for this, so just pat it on until everything is nice and blended. So I'm picking up the shade Seltzer from the Mint to Be palette from ColourPop, and I'm just going to start packing that on. I like to do this without really setting my eye base, because I just feel like when I'm using bold colors, when I set with a translucent or anything like that, it just kind of dulls the look. So I'm just going right in, patting it in till I get the intensity that I'm going for. And since I wanted to kind of cut the crease a little bit towards the front with that white liner, I focused the shadow mainly towards the inner corner of my eye, bringing it up to my brows. Now I'm going to pick up the shade Get Fresh, and I'm going to place that right under my brow bone and help merge that crease color together. So now I'm going to pick up the shade Ice Cold, and I'm going to place that in my crease area, going back and forth until I build it up. I'm like absolutely obsessed with this color. It's like super minty and just fresh. It just screams mint. So now I'm going to pick up the shade Chill Factor, and I'm going to apply this right above my crease just to give a little bit of definition. I wanted to just really smoke out this look, I'm not gonna lie, but I didn't want to take away from the minty type of fresh kind of look I was going for, so I just wanted to add a little something just to give me a little bit of definition to my crease. And now I'm just going back in with that same shade Ice Cold and just going back and forth just till all the shades are nice and blended. Now I'm gonna grab the P. Louise base in the shade The Rumor, and I'm just going to start cutting out the crease. So the main reason I did this is because the paint that I was working with to make that white liner, I just felt like it would turn green. So I had to kind of create a base so that the white would look more vibrant. So I wasn't going to cut the whole entire crease. I wanted to keep this right before the middle of the lid. So just take your time with this, build it up, and make sure that the edges are nice and blended, so that everything has like a nice smooth finish. Now I'm picking up the shade Mojito Mami, and we're just gonna go ahead and pack that on. Now as you can see, I don't bring that shadow all the way up because I need to leave some space for that white liner. So just take your time and try to go as straight as you can. And then I'm just gonna go back in with the shade Ice Cold and Chill Factor just to make sure that everything is nice and blended and to darken everything up again. So just go back and forth until everything looks nice and smooth. So now using the Color Fix from Danessa Mavericks, I'm using the shade Lift, and just go really slow with this. Because I wanted the white to really be white, I kind of layered it. So I went over the liner once and I let it dry, and then I went over it again so that it could be really, really vibrant. So I'm going to be grabbing Maybelline's Eye Studio in the shade Black is Black, and I'm going to just create a nice beautiful wing. I didn't know if I really wanted to do this wing, but I just felt like it was going to complete the whole look, and the contrast between the white liner and the black liner was going to look really beautiful. So just make your wing, and then I take a wipe to clean everything up, and then we're going to go in with our lashes. So grabbing my favorite lashes from Tata Lash in the style Genesis, we're going to move on to primer, and I'm picking up the Do You primer from Too Faced.
So I'm going to go in with NARS Radiant Foundation in Valencia and MAC NC42. I'm really happy with how this look came out. So I'm going to grab the same brush I showed you guys in my last video, and I'm just going to go in and start pushing the foundation in. I'm going to use the same concealer I used in my last video, which is the Water Weight in NC50. You just want to make sure when you're using this concealer that you shake it up really well. I'm on the hunt now for a really good cream contouring stick or cream foundation. So if you guys have any recommendations, let your girl know, because I think this is about to be like my new thing. And we're just gonna go ahead and not be scared. Now I am going to grab my concealer, well, my Hourglass Stick Foundation in the shade Beige. This was actually gifted to me by one of my friends, and I absolutely loved it. But I did notice that because I'm very oily in my T-zone, it was just a little bit too heavy for that area. So I just started playing around with it, and I started using it under my eye, and I completely loved how it covered and how creamy my eye looked under there. So I'm gonna really work that powder into my skin, especially the sides of my nose, my smile lines. Set the rest of my face, and don't worry, it's not gonna cover the contour. If you're gonna use powder on top of your cream contour, you definitely want to use translucent powder to set so that it doesn't get blotchy and everything is nice and smooth. So now we're gonna go in with my mineralized skin finish in the shade Dark, and I'm just going to place that wherever I place my contour. So just like that. I love these powders for bronzing. Girl, we are getting snatched. I'm gonna grab Blunt from MAC again, just to kind of deepen that up. I've been so obsessed with this palette, like the 1 and 2 palette. I think I'm gonna go for these 2 shades up here. This step is not like completely necessary, but I'm just so used to doing it. I do feel like it really does make a difference with helping your everything look clean and sculpted. So just like that. Alright, so I'm gonna grab the same shades I used at the top before the bottom, but I want to smoke it out a little bit. So I'm gonna add this darker shade right here, the shade Chill Factor, towards the outer corner of my eyes. I'm gonna pick up my NARS face palette, and I'm just gonna grab these 2 shades right here just to highlight a little bit. So I'm gonna use Stone Liner from MAC, He's a Mixer, and Proud of You lip products from KKW. Alright guys, so this is the completed look. I'm like super obsessed with how it came out. I hope that you guys love it. Minty eyeshadow has been like trending all over Instagram, so I knew I wanted to create a super fun look for you guys. Give me a thumbs up if you loved the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next tutorial.